my life has been consumed with basically 2.5 things.
Yeah.
Okay. The half the thing being basically just, you know, having a life. I only get to work on that half time, you know, because I got other things going on. I got irons in the fire, people.
I like how the percentage of your life is made up by 3.
That's 2.5.
Random ass number.
It's 2.5. Not that much. But then we got my, you know, work stuff, which is, you know, got to pay the bills, you know. And then other stuff, other film making or entertainment making things, like what we do here.
Yes. You're looking at the screen.
It's true. It's kind of.
We put up the monitor this week.
This is why monitors are weird.
If any of us are over here, it's because the struggle's real. The struggle is real.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Camera lens. Anyway, point is, we got all kinds of shit going on. We're doing this show. We just, you know, we're on episode 3.
Oh.
It's awesome. Go.
Confirmed for the Distracted Gaming at Great Plains Game Festival.
Yes, coming to you semi-live, which simply means
this will be out after we have already done it.
Probably, yeah. True enough.
How do you think it went?
We were awesome.
We were so
good.
We were so good.
It's crazy awesome how we were. And then we're shooting a short film in a couple weeks, just kind of a horror short that's supposed to be part of a crazy anthology. So that's been super interesting. We got another quickie feature film that I'm semi-involved with. That's coming up pretty quick, and I gotta be quite honest with you, man.
Yep.
There's so much shit on my plate. I've had very little time to do any real writing at all. How about you?
My writing's been okay. Yeah. It's not what I want it to be, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, well, this past weekend I was in Kansas City with Andrea.
Yes.
And almost fucked up like the edit for this show. And it's rough being gone for 2 whole days. It's amazing how much time you just, and I was just sitting there in Kansas City having a good time. I was having a good time. But going like,
I know, right? There's an anxiety involved with leaving all of that shit untouched for. Yeah.
You when you start to stress yourself out on a regular basis with these type of endeavors, you become sort of accustomed to it, and you kind of fall apart when you're not doing it.
Yeah, I totally.
When I was away on the honeymoon, for instance, and you were posting the sketch, and I had nothing. I wasn't making a sketch. I wasn't writing. I was just. I'm on vacation, and a part of me is like, "Oh, I'm having a great time." Another part of me is like, "I wonder what this." I hope he's posting. God,
oh man.
and you can't let it go.
Yeah,
you can't let it go.
It's true. You can't. Because it's part of us.
It is.
It is. It's totally part of us.
It is.
But I got to say that, I mean...
You can wind up, but you can't wind down
totally
easily.
True.
That is a thing I've learned about myself.
Even how busy it's been, getting back to doing some more like creative stuff is really kind of, I like to call it filled the well. You get to a point, especially this is kind of an off season, honestly, for doing like fun, narrative stuff. So when you get to a point,
one of the downsides of living in Nebraska, you can't shoot out fucking sunlight.
Everybody's too fucking cold to move, basically, yeah, and it's just too busy being warm.
So but even if you're shooting inside, getting to wherever you're going might kill you.
Exactly. So you have this long, like 3.5, maybe 4 month, well, maybe 3.5 month down season, and it starts to get kind of dark. So filling up that well, I mean, it's been great. I've been like climbing ladders and shit and pounding stuff in, screwing stuff and painting shit and like building lighting sequence fucking shit and, it's been kind of fun.
His neighbors have been like, get the fuck off my house.
Yeah, pretty much.
But we're back into this. Short season, baby. Short season.
Right? Oh, man. Yeah, right. It's like 70 degrees outside
80
already.
degrees outside this week.
Crazy.
That's so awesome, and it's getting really hot in here. So pardon Chad if he starts to sweat.
I'm a sweater. What do I do?
I'm actually having a problem with that too. I was telling you a little bit about my body is so used to cold weather. It got to like 74 in here the other day, and I had back sweat like.
Yep.
Just like I weighed 400 pounds or something.
It's true. You get used to it. It's totally true. You get used to
your body just adjusts
to the temperature.
And in Nebraska, it's a constant adjustment.
It totally is. It totally is.
But we've kind of skipped spring, and we're going straight into summer.
Ain't that the way it is? Is that, I mean, okay, not to get political.
All right, so I was thinking, the double monitors, right, and then we got the top-down cam, and then, of course, we've got the wide cam of every... You okay? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay, where was I? Okay, so the wide, okay. And then obviously everybody would be mic'd up so we could get responses and stuff like that. I think, oh, God, Jesus Christ. Oh, God, Jesus. Chad, are you okay?
Yeah. I've just been dealing with some heartburn, nausea, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. Hey, Pepto-Bismol!
Who the hell are you talking to? What are you... All right, you know what? I'm just going to go home. If you're not going to treat this seriously, I'm just not dealing with it. Thanks for ruining the day, asshole! Is to stop polluting...
The moon, people!
No.
That is the answer. The answer is to go to the moon. We're sending old people to the moon starting in 6 years. We'll start sending old people to the moon. Because they don't, the gravity's not as high.
I've heard this argument from you, yes.
So you send old people there, and you start the terraforming. I don't think you can actually terraform the moon. But what you could do is build underground bunkers for humanity on the moon, okay? This is totally going to work. I'm running for office starting tomorrow, I guess. To put this in motion, I'm going to start with, small. I'm going to go Lincoln politics.
Perhaps you should go with on office before you run for office.
Perhaps that's true. Yeah.
You have a basement.
Yeah, I do.
I have an over there.
Yeah, that's a good point. And, at this point, with everything that's on the internet, with us talking and commenting about things, nobody's really going to trust us to run anything. Nah. So it's just... After so long, in production, managing my own things, working for other people and with other people, behind the camera, in front of the camera, all that experience, I feel like I'm perfectly qualified to take on the leadership role in your production company.
Well, that sounds fantastic, all of it, really. I do have one question, though.
Sure.
What is Durnk Industries?
It's too late.
Honestly, I assumed I was on a watch list, but I got a buddy who knows all of that watch list stuff.
Can actually look at the list?
And he told me, no.
No, I looked all over for you, Mike.
Actually, when we were getting our passports done, I was getting my passport for the first time. I came back within a week and a half.
Wow.
Andrea's, who might be the most mellow person on the planet, works for a government agency.
That could be why it took longer.
6 weeks for hers to get back.
Yeah, that could be why it took longer, because she worked for an agency.
I would have assumed I'd have been on at least one.
Wow.
All those times I've yelled bomb on some recording that I put on the internet.
Have you ever checked out a book in the library?
I have.
They track that shit, dude.
When I was super poor, when I was living in Lincoln, I feel like I'm in good shape these days because I know what real poor is. But my roommate and I,
when your Netflix is the public library, you know you're poor.
Yes. We both got library cards because they had videos that we could go rent and stuff.
Right.
And the one big thing that we paid for internet. We paid for internet.
Got to pay for internet.
And we had a World of Warcraft account that we shared between the two of us.
There you go.
Nerd.
There you go.
And that was like our big. And also used video games were like.
I can see that.
Once a week we would go in and look and see because Gamers, which is sort of a local used video game place, we'd go in there and they would change their clearance section like once every 2 weeks, and we'd go in there and we'd just see what we'd get for $20.
Wow.
And we would play the fuck out of those games.
Fucking A. No, I totally get that. It's weird when your ability to afford Netflix is kind of like a I think this was before Netflix. This is before Netflix, actually. Yeah, I totally get that.
I was like 2021.
Right, that was definitely
7 years ago.
That was definitely, but now it's kind of a thing. If you can afford Netflix or if you can't afford Netflix, that's sort of a measure of where you're at on the poverty scale.
Because you have to be able to afford three things. Yep. One, something to watch said Netflix on. Two, the internet.
Connection.
You have to have an internet connection. And three, the Netflix subscription.
Right.
So there is like probably $100 at minimum.
Well, unless you factor in your telephone, your cell phone, because not a cell phone.
Well, that's what I'm saying. $50 for a cheap cell phone.
Yeah. That has a screen, that you feel that you can watch.
And then you get internet so that you don't run through your data.
Right. You got to be able to afford that. So you can. I mean, I actually know people where their entire internet takes place just on their phone. They don't have a computer.
Totally workable.
They don't have a broadband connection to their house or their apartment. It's just their fucking phone. I'm
fairly certain my shitty ass $50 phone has the same computing power as a MacBook Air. So. Hello, Tim Cook, CEO of Apple speaking. What? Somebody on the internet was mean to me? Just because that computer fucking sucks. But no, good job, Apple. Good job, Apple, on your keynote, spending like a half an hour talking about the new Air. When, seriously, people, 75% of the undercarriage of that is the fucking batteries.
Right. It's like, we took an iPad and put a keyboard on it. I mean, thanks? Fuck.
Not even a full iPad. An iPad mini.
There you go.
And then up-res the screen so it looks like crap.
Well, yeah. We don't even want to go with Apple. We'll go there, dude.
I hate Apple. I hate Apple.
Apple.
I get it. They take everything. They take everything and they make it slightly better. It's basically, they don't invent shit. They take everything that's already there and they make it slightly better, is what they do. And some of the things they do is fucking great. Like the Pro, the old version of the Pro, the MacBook Pro is fantastic.
Right. They understand their demo. Yeah. Because it's a lifestyle demo.
Hence why there's a $10,000 gold-plated watch that they're about to fucking sell you.
Exactly.
$10,000. $10,000 for that fucking watch.
What I don't like, what Apple generally does that I don't like, and it all stems from them wanting too much control over their product. And that is they try to tell me, and we all know how that goes, they try to tell me how I'm going to use my tech. Fuck you.
Hello, Tim Cook, CEO of Apple again. When somebody else was mean, this is the worst day.
Do not tell me how I'm going to edit my video or how I'm going to use my cell phone.
Then you must hate the new Air. Because there's literally one port.
Yeah, right.
Literally
Bullshit.
One USB-C port.
Yep.
One.
It's like, hey, we're going to come up with a new port again and make you buy shit to adapt the shit you already have to plug into our fucking new port.
At least they got rid of Lightning. Even though Lightning was really fast, nobody else fucking used it. At least they got rid of Lightning.
I mean, is it Lightning or Thunderbolt?
Lightning.
Lightning. Okay.
It wasn't the Thunderbolt port.
I don't think I've ever seen a lightning thing at all.
This.
Oh, you're going to turn it because
I need to see the fucking timer on it. That's.
Okay. I like to have some control over how I do. I like my own. I like control. I like to be the master of my own destiny, regardless of what that is. And tech is no exception.
If I'm going to buy a computer, though, for the amount that they sell their fucking up-costed pieces of shit computers for, I'm going to go with a proprietary company like Falcon Northwest or something like that. Have them build it from... I'm going to go through, click all the things I want, and they're going to build it, and they're going to build it, and they're going to send it to me. I'm not going to go with a fucking accessory with terrible computing power.
Right. And I don't know.
It's
certainly
the same thing as wearing a Hollister shirt in my mind. It's the fucking same thing.
It's certainly a lifestyle choice. And there's going to be people watching this are so pissed off right now.
Yeah, because you've been fucking brainwashed by a dead dude in a fucking black sweater.
He's much more hardcore about it than I am. That's crazy.
No,
because I will say, as far as a piece of hardware is concerned, stuff they build tends to be, they don't skimp on it. I mean,
mid to upper end. I will give you that mid to upper end.
It's not,
but it's not. It's not what
it is.
Apple fanboys say it is.
Right. Well,
by any stretch of the
I would totally agree with that. It's not. Yeah. People who say that, and I've been saying this for years. People who say that there's Macs. It's like they almost never crash, man. They never. Fuck you. I've worked with Macs. They crash.
Let me guess. You just Googled.
They crash just as hard as any other computer that's out there.
And back in the day, I'll give this. They're older versions. If you wanted to do photo editing, video editing, audio editing.
Yeah, because
you had to do it on Mac. Because that was the best. Market. They did the best stuff.
Yep.
Now it doesn't fucking matter anymore.
There was a long time where they instead of being a lifestyle product, they were a creative product.
Yes.
Which I liked them much more when they were a creative.
That was
product.
Back when I was like just out of high school, still in high school.
Right. And it's not. I mean,
and I was huge into Apple at that point because of the stuff you could do on their system.
And I would and just to clarify, there's never been a time where that Macs could do something that that Windows-based machines couldn't do. Windows-based machines could always do it, just not quite as
Windows-based
wonderfully
systems.
beautifully as a Mac could do.
Here's me being balanced. I'm balancing. Do you get it? Windows-based systems have always been slightly more unstable.
Yeah.
And you always had, back in the day, you had to spend more money on them to make them do the same things. Out of the box.
Out of the box, yeah, I would say.
Out of the box. You had to spend more money to make them do the same things.
That is no longer.
These days, it's cheaper to build your own shit.
Right.
And you can't put a fucking Apple OS on your shit you build. A Hackintosh is not going to last very long.
I've known some people who've done the whole Hackintosh thing. I preferred Mackenstein. That was my thing. I thought that was much better.
Hackintosh is the approved.
I know. Fuck you.
Internet colloquial.
I'm not going to, I do what I want. And to me, it's a Mackenstein.
I'm such a rebel.
I am. Fuck you. Fuck you. Don't tell me what's important.
Fuck
I should just have a shirt that says, fuck you. I'm a rebel. We just don't quit touching stuff. Quit touching stuff. I'm fine. Look at the meter thingy. Here, I'll touch you now.
Oh God, your hand's wet.
Yep.
So that's not a.
Actually, this brings me to a very interesting thing I was thinking about earlier today because I was touching my cold beer and I touched his face and he got all weirded out. But here's the thing: this actually kind of connects to the Mac thing in just a little tiny way. Okay, ready? The hipsterfication.
No, wait. Take two.
Okay. Hipsterfication of America. Okay?
Oh, God, here's an old person yelling.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Now, I was in the store today.
The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, sir. I was in the store today looking for a beverage, okay? And I ran across, there's all kinds of beverages out there, and I ran across a new Belgium beverage in a can, right? Called Shift, okay? Now, it's... I can't hear me. Generally speaking, beer in a can tastes like somebody's balls, okay? And I'm not... Well, okay, yeah, okay, somebody's balls, I got you. Okay, so they've hipsterficated their beverage. New Belgium, not necessarily a microbrew. I call it a national microbrew, mostly because they're brewed by one of the big boys. But
I'm back. Hey, buddy.
Fucking Mike, I tell you what.
What are you talking about?
All right, so now we have a New Belgium in a can called Shift. Okay, so we have this idea, right? That's like. I'm interested to know what you said there. I wish I were wearing headphones. That would have been nice. But check this out. All right. So first of all, there's this hipster thing about going old school with your beers. A hipster with a can of Hams in their hand, with their glasses and their little beard and their little bow tie. You know, it's. I'm just saying. All right.
Nobody knows.
Okay, so, but then they go ahead and they call it shift, right? Like, it's the end of the shift and I've been working hard with my gears and my pulleys, doing manly work. And not a single fucking hipster out there has ever done a single day of real work, okay?
I would completely disagree with that. Because there's a percentage of the hipster culture, and I will agree with the term hipster. I don't think it's quite as derogatory as that does. But,
the fucked up part is I probably am a hipster by definition.
Yeah.
Which fucking pisses
fuck
me
you
off.
guys. I work in my basement for a living and have my own fucking production company. I can't have a boss. Fuck you.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Dude, you could like be me. You just want to like switch identities? That was awesome.
Yep. Here I come, Amy.
All right, there you go.
No, there is a percentage of the hipster culture that have done this weird reversal, like old things are cool. Like that's part of the hipster thing.
It is.
But of that, a lot of them have become like glass blowers and like woodworkers and metal workers because old things are cool.
But we're talking about guys who like, when you say like metal work, we're talking about guys who have gone way old school and become like, what are those guys called? Blacksmiths and shit, right?
Well, there's also like welders and shit. I mean,
yeah, I get it.
I would consider it more of a fashion choice than.
Yeah. I probably took it too far, and I apologize. I don't know any particular hipster who has ever welded anything.
Finish your angry rant.
My angry rant about it's like. But, then again, I was drawn to the idea of drinking a New Belgium Shift beer in a can. So, God damn it.
Why don't you just go buy Why don't you just go buy a fucking scarf now, you fucking piece of shit. This
soon I'm gonna be wearing
show
like
brought to you by New Belgium.
Wearing a fucking vest from Goodwill and a bow tie and there he goes. He's gonna go get me the vest right now. Man, went up to wear funky hats and shit and be like, this,
no,
that's not a fedora.
You like this vest actually?
That is a great vest. It reminds me of stuff. Check it out.
It's a stomach vest.
It is my stomach vest.
I've gotten up and wandered around a lot.
All right then.
All right.
That's appendix. How are you doing?
Okay. I have to lower my IQ by 40 points. Are you happy I got you another beer?
I am. I'm going to drink that shit.
Are you okay that I stole another one of your beers?
All good, man. Drink the beers. That's why I bring them.
You can take this off, by the way.
No, I'm loving this. This is awesome.
It's super warm, though. The back is
warm.
The back is knit wool.
It is warm.
It's so fucking hot.
I
should wear that this winter. Why the fuck was I wearing that?
I don't know. Go to On the Inside and watch some episodes with me in it and see how my costume. I love my costume.
Can we talk about how that new Pixar show stole my fucking idea?
Which one are we talking about? Which Pixar show?
It's this new Pixar idea about emotions living inside of a little girl's head.
Fucking Pixar.
Yeah,
They probably did,
I'm sure they didn't actually see it.
No, that's what Pixar does. They cruise YouTube to steal ideas, man. That's what they do because they're all like idealist fuckers. They don't know nothing.
I'm sure it's one of those scenarios in which two people had the same idea at the same time. This happens constantly, by the way. If you think you're a fucking individual snowflake, you're not.
Yeah, you're not. Sorry. There are no original.
On the Inside was a very original idea.
It's fun.
The way we did it was able to come out very quickly. So
Yep.
ours came out. I would totally believe that on the exact same day that I was listening to Bobby Maples and Josh Crawford drunkenly describe what if your stomach could talk to you, and I went. And then I started writing this whole series, which is fantastic. Honestly, I feel like I peaked really early.
Oh man!
Still the best thing I've ever written, I wrote it really early on.
It's good stuff.
But I swear to God that exact same time somebody else just had that idea somewhere.
Absolutely.
And it because it's Pixar and a bigger company, it just slowly rolled out.
Well, and in a lot of the difference from idea to idea is execution. It totally is. I mean, the kernel of the idea is basically the same as how you're going to execute it, how you're going to bring that to the world. What's everybody going to see and feel and hear about that idea?
The problem
I thought we did a great job. Go watch it.
I've had a couple of people look at it and then talk to me about how they stole my idea, jokingly, of course.
Right.
And that's, I think, a part of a problem in our current media culture. And that's the thing I want to talk about, actually.
Interesting. Go.
There are so many scenarios in which a script was made, an idea was had, for large movies that you've probably all seen, we've all seen, that weren't the original thing, but they put another label on it to make it part of a thing. Such as Die Hard 3. That was originally called Simon Says, had nothing to do with John McClane.
Yep.
But they came to the studio, and the studio went, "Oh, we want another John McClane movie."
Right. Die Hard 2 is the same scenario.
Same thing.
Same scenario.
The new Battlefield Hardline. I don't think it's out yet. Maybe it just came out. But basically, the Battlefield series is. Have you ever played the Battlefield series?
No, I have not.
They're basically. It originally started as a Call of Duty, I think. But basically, they were just big battles. That's all it was.
I got you.
It was to see how many people we could fit in there to make it a huge battle experience.
Gotcha.
So the company that made it, it seems like they just came to them with a sort of cops and robbers. We've got a bunch of people playing cops, trying to stop stuff, and a bunch of people playing robbers, trying to commit to whatever crime.
Yeah.
And the company went, I think it was EA actually, we'll call it Battlefield, and it'll sell more. You know what I mean?
Yep, totally.
And there's been so many examples of stuff like this happening. Because of that, whenever two similar ideas happen, they always assume one was stolen from the other. People
absolutely.
always assume one's stolen from the other.
Absolutely.
And I think it's because of the unfortunate media culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what's your favorite example of that?
I have an example. I don't know if this is my favorite example, but it's certainly a very personal example of it. And that was years ago. We did a movie, our first feature called Wake the Witch. And we is
that still on Netflix?
Yeah, it's not on Netflix anymore. It is on Amazon Prime.
Okay,
so check it out. It
was on Netflix for a long time.
Yeah, it was.
Well, it went away and then it came back, and you guys didn't know it came back.
Right. I mean, it was okay. It's back already. But what was interesting was we had a local artist do the poster design for it, which we loved. It was great design. It was really cool.
Great design.
Problem was. Okay, independent features sometimes take a really long time to come out. Well, Hollywood features do too.
When you got one guy doing all the editing.
Yeah, it can take a little while. You burn out, is what I'm saying. But by the time we rolled it out, a movie had come out that damn it, the dude from who's the guy who did the Evil Dead stuff?
Bruce Campbell.
No, the director guy. Eventually he did the Spider-Man movies too.
Reitman?
Well, look it up and put it right here.
Yeah, it's on the screen.
Put it right here.
It's on the screen.
Right. He came out with a horror film. He went back to horror, and I can't remember exactly what the name of the film was.
That's the wonder of this show. God,
right?
Every time we think of something, it's going to be there.
Yeah, great. It's that movie right there. But the cover art was so similar to what we had done. And we had done that cover art years before.
That's rough.
2 years before the release of this movie, we had done the cover art. So people automatically assumed that we just copied the cover art of this larger production.
It's rough because even as a person that knows actively thinks about these sort of things, I can't help but wonder, did somebody just accidentally see that? You know what I mean? Did somebody just randomly see it?
Right.
I can't help but have that thought.
And that's so, because everything is influenced by something else.
Yes.
It just is.
Absolutely.
Nothing just is born out of nothing. Everybody has influences. Bands, sound like other bands.
Music is my big one.
Right. Art is influenced by other art. Writers are influenced by other writers. I mean, it's just the way it is. So influences are certainly there.
My script choices, aka Joshua, that you read a million years ago, was incredibly influenced by the movie Ink. That I don't.
Yes.
I don't think a ton of people have seen, but it's made from some indie guys in Denver, Colorado. That was on Netflix for a very short period of time.
Visually fascinating film.
I thought it was a fantastic movie, but you know how much visuals affect.
Yeah, you're like, that's your thing.
That's my fucking thing.
The story, I was like, but the visually,
the fight sequences were really good too.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Totally.
Especially for like independent guys, making a fight sequence really work is hard. Hard.
Yeah, action sequences.
I'm gonna put God, I'm already thinking about the edit. Like the trailer for Ink is gonna be
right there.
That movie's so good.
Check it out. If you haven't seen it, you should probably see it.
You should look it up. You should buy it. Last time I looked it up, I think it was $5.
Yeah,
I think it was $5.
It's a nerd movie. You got to see it. If you're a nerd, go watch the movie.
It's a great example of a tiny budget and local filmmakers making something great.
Yep. And I would bet
there's no major stars. They didn't bring in a guy out from out of town to be like the star. They just made it with the local people, and it's a great movie.
Yep. They told a big story on a little budget with
good cinematography too in that.
Absolutely.
Good with all the light effects they do and the toy with color.
But I tell you, there's a lot of post work. Anyway, we're going off on this film, but let's back to your original thought with Ink being the inspiration for.
Oh yeah, well, no, I was just agreeing with you pretty much that there's originally actually that thing Cupid that I'm still working on actually. It's another script in ambiguous space that I'm working on.
Blip, blip, blip. Control. I seem to have made my way into ambiguous space.
Yeah, you have, big boy. I don't know really what format it's in yet is the problem, but it was based, the entire thing. The entire idea was based off an Ed Sheeran music video.
Really?
That's where I got the idea.
Wow! All
right. "Gimme Love," the music video, probably playing right now. Ed Sheeran is a pop star from Ireland, I believe. But he's. First off, if you say there's no good pop music, you're fucking wrong. There's such a thing as good pop music. There's such a thing as good every kind of genre music.
It's true.
It really doesn't matter. If it's good, it's good. It doesn't matter about genre.
It's true.
He is, in my opinion, a good pop star. And that music video is so engaging and sad and romantic all at the same time. It just gave me this thought of this, and I'm not going to give it away, but this
somebody could be watching.
Idea. No, I plan on eventually making the thing, so I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, we'll make it. But obviously, yes, the point being that
stuff comes from other stuff.
Stuff comes from other stuff. It does, and it's okay, people. It's okay. It's okay.
I heard a recent story about how. Remember Open Water? The movie Open Water?
Oh, yeah.
There's two people are in the middle of the ocean.
With the shark, totally.
Kind of a good thriller, actually.
Wasn't bad, yeah.
There was an Open Water 2.
Yep. I did not.
But
see Open Water 2.
originally, that was an entirely different movie. And
Really?
actually, they were in development at the same time.
I had no idea. Seriously?
They were in development at the same time. And the first one was called God's Grace. Or the second one, the sequel, Open Water 2, was originally called God's Grace. Had nothing to do with open water.
Fascinating.
Yes. Basically, it's just a bunch of rich people go out into the ocean on this boat. They all jump in the water, just, we're having fun. And then nobody remembered to put the fucking ladder down.
Oh,
so they couldn't get back in the boat.
No.
And that's the whole and it's a terrifying premise, right?
Right.
Super scary. But it was a little slower. It was made by people who weren't as famous.
Oh, that just totally hit me. Oh shit. The boat is right fucking there.
Your savior's right there. But you can't get in it. It's like
Oh my god.
It's like starving to death and a dude who's just fine is running with a sandwich. Like, fuck you!
Can you catch me? You can have a sandwich if you can catch me.
No, it's a great premise for a movie. However, a lesser-known writer wrote the second one, and it took him a lot longer to pitch around the idea.
Yep.
The same studio found it and went, let's call it Open Water 2.
That makes total sense.
Yep.
Yeah. No, totally get it. Totally get it. And that, and ultimately, that shit like that is being able to put that in front of the right people.
Yeah.
Right? That's what that was.
That's actually
finding that exact person that would bite on
That's
that
a discussion we have on a regular basis.
all the time.
Just like...
How do you get stuff in front of the right person's eyeballs?
It's not. We're not even talking like a famous person's eyeballs. We're talking about a person who will really champion something.
Yep. That first first follower kind of thing. Somebody who's like, into it enough that they're going to run with it too.
There's fans, and there's absolute zealots.
Yeah,
and the zealots are the things that turn the guild into what it is today.
Yep. You get enough zealots that attract enough, fans, and then everything sort of the tipping point. The tipping point.
I feel like we have a couple zealots.
Yeah.
I feel like we have a couple.
Well, there's probably a few out there. But we need zealots that know more people.
Hi, Mom!
We need zealots that know more people. People with money. Is that what it always comes back to? Anyway.
So much money.
Anyways. We could talk about that shit forever and just bore the shit out of you people.
My Kansas City trip.
Yes, tell us about the Kansas City trip.
It was a fun weekend. Basically, we went down there because Andrea has like a tax person that has done her taxes since she's been taxes.
Wow, you went to KC to have your taxes done.
Not me specifically. But I already had my shit done.
That's part of that shit. Yeah.
But we went down there for her. She's like we see her once a year, and she remembers like everything about us, and we like have Facebook conversations throughout the course of the year. Honestly, family friend. You don't get to see very often. That's what she comes down to.
Yeah.
And because it's like it doesn't make on the surface doesn't make sense to go down there for taxes, but when you break it down, she's hunting so hard to get you like extra money and save you breaks and stuff like that because she's a friend of yours.
Right.
It's 100% worth it. She almost, I'm not going to say why, but she almost doubled Andrea's return.
Wow.
Based off what we originally were
That's nice. Taxes are hard, man.
So glad. After knowing her, I'm so glad there are people that are trained in that shit, because that shit's confusing.
Exactly. Okay, after you look at the 2-year comparison worksheet, it's best to go ahead and fill out the 1040, which is your basic sort of individual income tax return. Okay. It's going to have all the stuff on it. It's Andrea's going to put her sort of income on here, right? Yep. Then as business owners, we have to consider the Schedule B for the 1040, which is your interest and ordinary dividends. Now, as business owners, we get dividends, and you'll see in Schedule E, page 2 here. Okay. You go ahead and you put in your ordinary business income, which is everything that you get sort of as like draw from your business account.
Yeah, sounds great. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the restroom right quick. Okay.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right, hurry back because we got a lot to cover here. Okay. Oh dear Lord! It's tax time, so fucking wait. Up until we started the business full on, I'd always done my own, but yeah, especially now, they don't make it easy to run your own business.
On purpose.
They do. It is there's a hurdle there specifically.
My dad owns his own business.
Right?
I know exactly
you know exactly what I'm talking about then. And they've made it. They do. They make it really hard. So you have to have a professional. And what sometimes is a bit frustrating is when even the professional, and it happens, even when the professional kind of expects us to know more than we actually know.
Yeah.
That gets hard. I put it this way. I just want to make cakes.
Chad, we gotta go record stuff. Come on.
I am making cake! Okay? Ultimately, that's all we do. We just make shit, right? But people who make shit, that's all they really care about doing. They just want to make money, make a living, making their shit. They're not all that interested in knowing the ins and outs of that business and that taxation. So we need people to help us out. When we ask a question, we want a real answer. We want some people to help lead us places and help us do the right thing. We don't know. I can admit that totally freely. I don't. And
I completely agree. I
don't want to know. I just want to make cakes.
I completely agree. The analytical people in this world are wildly more necessary than the creative people.
Okay,
because
if the zombie apocalypse hits, I'm fucked because I have no useful skills. You know, once the society collapses,
I think I
got no useless skills.
I think I'm okay.
Well, you got like boxing and shit. You can like
no,
fight.
but that's not useful. That's not useful. Punching a dude in the mouth works if they're alive. If they're trying to bite you, punching them in the mouth doesn't work anymore.
Well, I have duct tape will be your friend. I know that. You know, I know some stuff.
Here's my zombie stuff. Here's my personal zombie stuff.
Personal zombie stuff.
Based on the fact that I have 2 black belts, I wrestled in high school, I played football, and I was a really good boxer.
Fucking ninja, dude, right here. Ninja!
No, I don't know, with a bad back.
So you have come here to defeat me. Your kung fu is not strong. Mine is strong. Mine is the strongest in the land. Bring it. Yeah. Oh! Oh!
Do you have a cell phone to call 911?
Can you reach my pants? Can you reach my pants?
No. We die together.
I read some books about how to use a 3-section staff when I was 15, so I'm down.
Original Jedi Kid. And that's playing right here right now, by the way. I'm making this file so big for me. There's so many videos in it. That's going to take like 3 hours to fucking export. Okay, here we go. I think I'd be okay because I'm nerds. I've thought about this. But also, I'm in decent shape. Not the best shape, in decent shape.
You got the cardio thing, for sure.
I would immediately steal leather everything.
Yes.
You ever bit through leather?
You
I don't
can't.
fucking
It's
think
hard.
so. You
It's hard
can't
to
bite
do.
through leather.
Exactly. It'd be all gimpy and shit. You'd have like the zipper mouth and
motorcycle helmet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice accessory.
I look like a goddamn
Full face?
assassin. That's what I
No
look
doubt.
like.
That's awesome.
Yeah, okay. All of that, and then I would immediately hit up a pet store because pet food lasts forever
Yeah.
and you can totally eat it.
Yeah, you can. And, yeah, you can.
Not Purina. Don't fucking eat Purina. But then, did you hear about that? All those dogs dying because they were eating Purina.
Really? No.
Yeah, it was like
What?
3,000 dogs.
Was
or
that on the
something like
Faces books? Because I totally missed it.
No. It's like a news thing. Like 3,000
what's-
confirmed
what's-
dog deaths were from Purina
that's
food, dog food. But yeah, fucking insane.
That's great.
But you can totally live off of dog food forever.
Yep.
And I would hit up a history museum because the first thing you need is like armor something.
Yep.
Armor something.
Sharp objects.
Yes.
Long, sharp objects.
We could hit up Bison Manufacturing.
Oh, fuck yeah. I mean,
Bison Manufacturing.
I often-
Local company that does like metalwork.
yeah, I'd often thought that the blade off of an industrial paper cutter
Yeah.
is way cooler than having
It's
a gun with
effectively a machete.
Whoa! But they got that heavy shit. It's gonna be long and crazy. Fuck yeah, I'm down with
You'd
it.
have to do some work. You gotta get your shoulders into that.
Well,
ready
you
for
know,
the weights of the
the-
swinging.
It's like if you lift a cow every day.
Also,
you
the
get
first thing-
strong.
Also, we're better off because we're in a city, but we're not in the major city.
True.
Like people in New York, you're just all fucked.
Yeah, you're fucked, you guys.
You're done. You're all dead.
See you later.
But we're in a more rural place, and the moment we heard it would happen, you just head to some hill.
Yeah,
you just
it's
go
really good.
away from all the people.
Go away from to some house, a ranch. Ranches with
Nebraska.
Western Nebraska. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
I'd
except
I'd
there would be
on.
people there with guns.
Yeah, with like lots of guns.
Yeah.
But you know, we're nice people. Yeah, we're nice people.
Some of us are.
I would die pretty much immediately.
Do you like the point scoring thing I did last
Yeah,
night?
that was good. That was
Running
really
death
good.
on
Yeah,
the Dorothy
I like that. Yeah, that was good. That was someday she's going to get a point, and she's not even going to be here.
Nah.
She will get a point
Nah.
someday. She will.
All right.
She's like that. She will get a point.
No, but I was in Kansas City, and the other things we did down there, we saw all of Andrea's friends, and I really enjoy seeing them. And we saw her best friend, Amber, and her beau,
Boo.
her beau,
Is
Jeff.
his name Boo? Oh no, it's
No,
Jeff.
his name is
Okay.
Jeff.
Does
And
she
Jeff,
call him Boo?
Jeff is awesome. Jeff's
awesome.
He's sort of an everyman kind of guy, right? But super intelligent. He does a sound and lighting design engineering for live shows.
There you go.
And just sitting there talking to him, because he also does he's bought a house a few years ago and he's done a bunch of awesome renovations. Like
Yeah.
he has a theater room in the basement that he put in his lighting rig in the top is a LED celestial star sort of thing over the top. It's yeah. I had
Light
never
geek.
had they've been together for well over a year now, but because he was at our wedding.
Okay.
And
Probably
I had never had a real conversation with the guy. And you ever been in that situation where you should know somebody for a decent amount of time, but you've never had a conversation
Yeah,
with them?
absolutely.
I sat down and had a conversation with him. We were talking about lighting and sound design and working on a house, and there's very few things I know more about. And I just went, hi! I like you!
Oh,
Have you ever been stressed about like having a real conversation with somebody and then it turns out
I constantly have stress about having a real conversation with somebody. Where it turns out well, that's probably less of a thing. What?
nothing?
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, well, I like weird shit. I make videos for a living. I mean, it's hard to just like work your way in a car. So, Chad, what do you do? Wow. How much time you got? Jesus. I can't just describe that shit. Gotten to it's hard. Yeah,
It is hard.
It's hard.
We had that discussion
Yeah,
last time.
exactly.
It's difficult.
So I'm constantly kind of aware of or feel some kind of anxiety about talking to people I don't know. Absolutely.
Yeah. No,
So,
I completely agree.
working out well, it happens less than I would like it to. I mean, that sounds like that worked out well. You guys
It worked out well.
You found a common space you could go to, and everything was great. It's not always. That does not always happen.
It does.
Is what we're saying.
Does not.
So, anyway. Yeah. Whew, I'm thinking about stuff right now. Going, damn. Oh.
So what'd you do this weekend?
My weekend is always made up of just. Well, I don't get real weekends. I don't get real days off. I'm constantly doing something and constantly working through. The best thing I can say is I make time to watch some stuff because I kind of look at that.
What
research.
are you watching, Jim?
Right now, I am catching up on Better Call Saul.
I've heard that's great.
That is fucking awesome. Is what that is. It is brilliant. It's. I don't know if it's as good as Breaking Bad because Breaking Bad was probably
one of the best shows
easily
ever
in the
been
top
made.
3 TV shows ever.
Yeah.
Easily. Better Call Saul is on its way to being that. I mean, they've done a super nice job.
What do you think? You don't have to make a list, but the top 3 is probably Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad
MASH.
is definitely up there. MASH is certainly up there. Yep. That's such a. It's a. You have to sit down and like really work that out.
And Beavis and Butthead.
I was gonna go South Park. Or Simpsons, something that's just won't fucking end. Simpsons just won't fucking end. It's just gonna keep going. They gotta recycle shit now. I mean, man.
It's like sex with an Olympic athlete on Cialis. It just isn't going anywhere.
Right?
It just isn't going anywhere.
It's crazy. At some point, I feel the need. I never watched Mad Men, but I feel like at some point I'm going to have to watch that because it's the last season's coming up. So, and I feel the need to watch it because it is considered a really good show.
What breaks my heart is John Hamm isn't in more comedy stuff. I have seen that dude, and I've experienced him in a few comedy situations. Right. Mm-hmm. He's fucking hilarious. But because of the way he looks, he's not put into those roles.
It's a rarity where you get someone, who looks as pretty as him.
Ryan Reynolds is another good example.
Wow. Yeah.
Who looks great and
Ryan Reynolds
fucking hilarious.
Is so much better at comedy. I think, he needs to do more comedy. That fucker's...
Deadpool.
God damn, he's
doing Deadpool.
He's pretty and he's funny. So, of course, I've got a man crush on that guy.
He hasn't done anything in a while.
So...
No, we did the thing. On the Last Distracted Gaming, he's doing 6 fucking movies.
He's got all
6 movies.
He's working. He's constantly working, and shit's just going to dump out. You know who else I have kind of a man crush on? Justin Long. He's not as good looking, but he's fucking funny.
Long, strong. About to get the friction out.
Long. Justin Long.